This year, at Relay for Life of Romeo, our community has an exciting opportunity to participate in real-life research with the American Cancer Society. Here today to talk about the third cancer prevention study is Melinda Brackenberry, Chair for Romeo Relay for Life, and also a cancer survivor, Kelly Kashheimer, Community Representative with the American Cancer Society, and Wendy Powers, Chair for Cancer Prevention Enrollment in Romeo. Wendy, research is a very difficult subject. It's intimidating and scary. Can you explain exactly what the cancer prevention study is about and what the purposes of it is?
Sure. In 2009 alone, more than 1.5 million people in the United States were diagnosed with cancer, and more than 562,000 died from the disease. The goal of the cancer prevention study is to better understand the factors, lifestyle, genetic, and environmental factors that affect cancer rates and cancer deaths. Our goal is ultimately to prevent cancer and help find a cure to eliminate it as a major health concern for future generations. The Cancer Prevention Study is a long-term research study that seeks to enroll 500,000 people throughout the United States that are willing to make a long-term commitment to the American Cancer Society. Enrollment is actually a two-phased process. The first phase takes place at Relay for Life this year, and the second part takes place at home. At the Relay for Life event, participants will be asked to read and sign an informed consent, complete a brief written survey, and then provide a waste measurement and a small blood sample. And the blood sample is very small, something similar to what you would give in a doctor's office. And these blood samples will be taken by trained, certified phlebotomists, so it's all very safe and sterile. And then at home, they will complete a more detailed survey. It probably takes about 45 minutes to complete that survey. And it asks for information on lifestyle, behavioral, and other factors that are related to health. As a participant of the Cancer Prevention Study, the American Cancer Society will then continue to mail follow-up surveys periodically, probably one about every 2 to 3 years for the next 20 to 30 years to continue to gather that lifestyle data.
So basically, to participate in cancer prevention study, people have to fill out surveys, and that doesn't sound so hard. As a matter of fact, some people may wonder why the American Cancer Society can even find out through this information. Has the American Cancer Society done this type of survey before?
Yes, Jeannie. The American Cancer Society actually has a very long history of funding cancer research, and this is actually the fourth study of this kind for long-term research that the American Cancer Society has funded. The American Cancer Society's first long-term follow-up study was the Hammond Horn that was started back in 1952, and that was actually the research that found the link between smoking and cancer. Other past prevention studies were the ones that showed the impact of obesity in cancer, and the first one to show the link between aspirin and colon cancer prevention. So the possibilities of what we could find in Cancer Prevention Study 3 are really limitless.
So in this day and age, obviously privacy is foremost in everyone's minds. How can people know that their information is safe and that the study is scientifically sound?
That's actually a really great question. There's going to be ongoing peer review of CPS-3 by cancer researchers from many different prominent universities and research institutions. Review and oversight is done by Emory University IRB, which is also known as the Institutional Review Board, and that continues throughout the whole study. When the study has completed their active enrollment, the IRB will then continue to provide the oversight, while the investigators will start to analyze the questionnaires and the biological data.
Well, can you explain what the Institutional Review Board is then?
Yes, the IRB is a research oversight committee that's charged with assuring both in advanced and by periodic review throughout the research project that the appropriate steps are being taken to protect the rights and the welfare of the participants within the study in approved research based on ethical principles on the Belmont Research Project.
So we know the cancer prevention study is real-life research. Is there any special criteria to enroll?
Actually, there are a few limitations to who can enroll. Anyone between the ages of 30 and 65 can participate as long as they have no personal history of cancer. And obviously, they have to be willing to make that long-term commitment to the study. We're restricting the age of the participants because it's important to maintain the scientific validity of the study. being that we're following individuals over a long period of time, we try to avoid young adults in their 20s just because they tend to be more transient and it's difficult to follow them. Likewise, individuals over the age of 65 may have difficulty recalling certain lifestyle events and activities that they took part in, throughout their lifetime, which can affect, again, the accuracy of the information that we're collecting on these studies.
So cancer survivors then are barred from participating in this study. And that must be discouraging for you, Melinda, as a cancer survivor, but yet you're still out there promoting the event. Why is that?
Jeannie, you're right. It's really unfortunate that I cannot take part in it. And I definitely would if I could, because this is an exciting opportunity, especially here in Romeo, to have the research right here at our Relay for Life site. But because the main focus of the cancer prevention study is to prevent cancer, it's important that individuals who have not had cancer are the ones who get involved. Once you've had cancer, it not only has affected your body, but when you go through treatments, you make lifestyle changes, all of those really impact the information they're trying to gain through the cancer prevention study research. And for that reason, it's really important that individuals who are involved are people who have not had cancer before, so that we can find out information to help prevent cancer in the future.
Now, you stated that you're enrolling this year at the Relay for Life in Romeo, but are there any other relays where you can also enroll for this study?
Absolutely. The Relay for Life of the Romeo area is the only relay in Macomb County that is hosting the Cancer Prevention Study Research Project. So we're really excited about that. But there are two other relays in the Southeast Michigan area. There is the Brandon Relay, which is in Oakland County, and the Detroit Relay, which is in Wayne County. They're also hosting it. But if people want to get involved and they want to make a difference in their community locally, they should come down Saturday, May 15th to the Romeo Relay for Life between the hours of 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. and get involved in the Cancer Prevention Research Study.
Great. Now, if people have questions or they want more information, is there some place they can go to access more information about the cancer prevention study?
Certainly. The American Cancer Society has a whole host of information available for this, both on their website, which is www.cancer.org/CPS3, as well as they have a phone line that you can call for information, and that number is 888-604-5888. We also have an email registry here locally for our community, and that email address is romeocps3@gmail.com. And anybody that's interested in getting more information about our specific enrollment can certainly send an email to that, and then we will respond with specific times and information regarding our enrollment.
Great. Well, I hope everyone in our community will take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to participate in real-life research. Once again, enrollment for the Cancer Prevention Study takes place at the Relay for Life of Romeo on May 15th from 3 to 8 p.m. at Powell Middle School. And I want to thank you all for coming in and sharing some information about this very important study.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.